Hey, this is Nat, and we're off our couch in Palatka, Florida. Palatka, Florida is situated on the St. Johns River and is 26 miles west of St. Augustine, about 60 miles from Jacksonville, and approximately 50 miles north of Daytona Beach. If you joined us off the couch last video, then you already know where we are. Thanks for getting off the couch with us again and join us back here in Palatka, Florida. And I'm sure you'll recall we left off at Ravine Garden State Park last video. Ravine Garden State Park is a 152-acre park that offers hiking, wildlife viewing, nature trails, and amazing views, courtesy of two ravines up to 120 feet deep that have been transformed into gardens. Several species of azaleas have been planted in this park, which are best viewed during the blooming season of late January to March. 270,000 plants have also been added to this park by the Works Progress Administration, a program put into place by Franklin D. Roosevelt. An obelisk stands grandly at the front of the park in honor of the former president. Ravine Garden State Park is just one great place to enjoy while in Palatka, and to see our full adventure at this park, click on the link in the description box for that video. We thoroughly enjoyed walking and exploring the bridges and trails of Ravine Garden State Park, but now we're venturing into the city of Palatka to do more exploring. This is our first time exploring Palatka, so we'll be checking out more cities and states this year. So subscribe please if you yet to do so, and keep joining us off the couch. Back to Palatka, this city is known for their murals. There are more than 20 murals in the city that beautifully display the history, culture, and community of Palatka and Putnam County. There is an audio tour available for many of the murals as well, and I'll put the link in the description box of the website that contains the audio tour. The audio tour provides the location of the murals, the size of the murals, as well as a detailed description of the mural. That website does not have information concerning all of the murals, like this one for example. This one though we know a little bit about due to our trip to Ravine Garden State Park. When baseball legend Babe Ruth retired, he taught at the Azalea Bowl in 1940 and 1941. Babe Ruth is listed along with other famous baseball players associated with Palatka. The Reverend Billy Graham, also associated with Palatka, Florida, is memorialized by the mural titled "To God Be the Glory." Reverend Graham was baptized in Silver Lake Pond near Peniel. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I've heard it pronounced a few different ways. As I was saying, Peniel Baptist Church in Palatka. Reverend Graham actually returned to Palatka to view this mural once it was completed. And this mural is the retelling of William Bartram, botanist, ornithologist, and explorer, in his 1774 trip up the St. Johns River. Lots of William Bartram history in this area, and we'll see more of that during this video. One interesting note about this mural, notice the spelling of Palatka. It's not a mistake by the artist. The post office changed the spelling of Palatka in 1875. The last mural we'll point out, and there are many more. This one though, we just keep seeing it and it's really grabbing our attention. This mural is about the mug race, which happens the first Saturday in May. On that Saturday, yachters sail from Palatka to Jacksonville, and since the St. Johns River flows north, the yachters are actually sailing downriver. As I stated, we were so intrigued by the mural, we became curious about Riverfront Nutrition as well, so we decided to go in and check that out. Plus, London saw this donut sign, so curiosity is at an all-time high. So we have to check it out. So we are discovering that Riverfront Nutrition is a health bar serving energy drinks, energizing teas and coffees, workout shakes, and protein snacks. They even sell protein donuts or pro nuts on some days. London plans to go back to check those out. They do not have any pro nuts available today. It is a donut, and he is a donut connoisseur, so he has to try a pro nut out. In the meanwhile, I can use a pick-me-up for real. So London is picking out a lit tea, a strawberry margarita for me. We're being told this drink has all of the B vitamins and is a natural metabolism booster, helping me burn more calories. So between this drink and walking downtown Palatka, I should bust through some calories today, huh? And I must tell you, this is really good, refreshing, and tasty. and it's supposed to be really beneficial for sinuses too, so that would be a great relief. It feels good when you're doing something healthy for your body. You get that physical effect and the mental and emotional boost too, and that's just great. So with my pick-me-up in hand, I'm ready for more exploring, and Downtown Palatka is a very walkable area, an easy city to navigate. We want to walk around Riverfront Park. There is so much to see in this area, and of course, there's the St. Johns River. The St. Johns River is the longest river in Florida, and it winds through and borders 12 counties here in Florida. Duval, our county, is one of them. Since we live in Jacksonville, we enjoy some great views of the St. Johns River. The view of the St. Johns River while driving the Buttman Bridge on Interstate 295 is gorgeous in my opinion. But I still feel that the St. Johns River is really just showing off here in Palatka. This riverfront view is stunning. I love the layout around this river too. This Riverfront Park is part of the Putnam County Bartram Trail, and I'll have the website linked in the description box as well explaining the trail. The William Bartram Trail of Putnam County is a national scenic trail. It includes 31 sites that John and William Bartram visited while in the area, now known as Putnam County. We saw one of the markers while we were visiting Ravine Garden State Park, and we weren't sure what we were looking at, since there wasn't really a description within Ravine Garden State Park. But now it all makes sense. Ravine Garden State Park is number 5 on this trail. It needs to be stated that this trail isn't just a walking trail, it's also accessible by water, so you can do the trail by canoe and boat. The trail will take you to the places William and John Bartram camped, hiked, visited, and drew inspiration for their sketches and paintings of nature based on the documentaries and Bartram's travels, the short name of William Bartram's book describing his travels between 1773 and 1777. The Bartram's influence continues to be seen around the riverfront. There are the historical markers around the park and within the playground. We're in the playgrounds at Puck Puggy Landing. Puck Puggy was the name given to William Bartram by the Seminoles, which means flower hunter. William Bartram collected flowers on his travels and drew pictures of those flowers, as well as the animals and people he encountered. We're still continuing to encounter so many interesting things while we're walking around the park. Within this park, there is a memorial erected in honor of submarine veterans. This memorial pays respect to the U.S. submarine veterans of World War II who made the ultimate sacrifice. And 2 of the veterans and shipmates that are listed and recognized on this memorial are from Putnam County. In addition to this memorial, there are other sites that grace Riverfront Park. So let's walk around, let's take a look together, and let's see more of what Palatka and the Riverfront Park has to offer. Nice, right? And so much to see. Now, across from the riverfront and the St. Johns River is the St. Johns River Center. It is currently closed for repairs, and I don't believe, at least I did not see any information about a reopening date. The St. Johns River Center, when it reopens, is an educational center showcasing the diversity of ecosystems within the St. Johns River, as well as the commerce, culture, and history of this important river. Speaking of history, we talk a lot about history when we discuss Palatka's neighboring city to the east, St. Augustine, the oldest city in America. But Palatka also has a lot of history. Not as much as St. Augustine, but still a lot, as you probably already noticed. In fact, we're noticing during our visit the historical markers extend past the riverfront. Across from the riverfront is a marker describing the historic neighborhood, the Hammock. The Hammock was considered to be one of the most desirable neighborhoods in the city due to the larger blocks within the neighborhood, and also due to the fact that the neighborhood bends along the St. Johns River, offering incredible views of the river from the homes. While walking, we're also coming across another historical marker. This one is for the Hotel James, also known as James Hotel, designed by architect Henry John Clutho. Efforts are underway now to have this building added to the National Historic Register so funding can be obtained to renovate the building and reopen it as a boutique hotel, restaurant, along with some shops. This would add to the history of the city and make use of an empty space. In this area, there are actually quite a few empty buildings and storefronts. We're going to leave this area and take a bite out of history now because we're heading to Florida's oldest diner. This diner, Angel's Diner, has been sitting at this location since 1932. That's over 90 years ago. You can eat inside or you can honk for curb service. Curb service is like the earlier form, the predecessor of curbside pickup, right? We're going to head inside, and I love how they set the mood in the diner for that time period. It's a small space, and there are so many records posted on the wall. There's record after record after record. I sound like a broken record. Now that's one of those phrases that's not so popular anymore in general. I would say a lot of people aren't really familiar with records, and then they would have to understand how serious it is to not scratch or damage that record. And then you would need to demonstrate the holding the record technique because it's a skill. It is a skill. These front page newsletter booklets really help to transfer you back to 1932 and lets you know what was going on in 1932, what was it like in 1932, and what was the big deal at that time. What stands out to you the most on this page? I've looked over the cost of living multiple times, and London and I are trying to explain who Johnny Cash, Elizabeth Taylor, and Little Richard are to our kids. It's hard to stop looking at all of these historical facts and figure out what we're going to order, and the menu is really extensive too. There are so many different items to choose from burgers to catfish, frog legs to a Philly cheesesteak. Huge variety to choose from. London and I will share a basket. We're choosing the clam strip basket, and we're also going with a side of onion rings. The basket already came with fries, so we have both fries and onion rings now. We stole the idea of mixing the onion rings and fries together from my son because his entree already comes like this. He gets the onion rings and french fries with his Swiss bacon burger. And this is a mini cheeseburger with bacon from the kids' meal. The kids love the burgers, the fries are tasty. London and I both love the clam strips. And to top it all off, the kids have strawberry milkshakes and they're both giving a thumbs up. I would have loved to try a milkshake, but that clam strip basket is huge. I'm stuffed and we shared. If you haven't been to Florida's oldest diner, we recommend it. The food is good. The staff is beyond friendly. Maybe the friendliest and most helpful people I've ever met. And it's a fun experience too. If you have already dined at Angel's Diner, Florida's oldest diner, tell us about it. We would love to hear about your experience and what you tried. There's one final activity we want to mention, and that is the Palatka to St. Augustine Trail. We drive by this when coming into Palatka, and this is a 19-mile multi-use recreational trail that runs through Putnam County, Palatka, and St. Johns County, the county where St. Augustine is located. The trail passes through Elkton, Armstrong, and Hastings, and this trail also connects to the St. Johns River to Sea Loop and the East Coast Greenway, which runs from Canada to Key West. Wow, what a distance. There are stopovers like this one with parking. Some have restrooms and picnic areas, and some even have playgrounds too. So lots to do, lots to see, lots to enjoy in Palatka. Tell us what you're interested in, please. If you've been to Palatka before, tell us all about that too, please. Tell us what you did, what you enjoyed. And if you're planning a trip to Palatka, as always, we want to hear your plans. And if you found this video helpful with your planning, please hit the thumbs up button and let us know. Our plans are to be back at Epcot for the Flower and Garden Festival next video. These are clips from last year's festival. Some aspects of the festival are returning, and there are a lot of changes too. So join us please next video. Subscribe if you yet to do so. We'll be checking out the topiaries, the gardens, and the food specially made for this festival. That's what's in store for our next video. For this video, we want to say thank you for joining us here in Palatka. Thanks for getting out the couch with us, and thanks for contributing with your comments, likes, and shares. We love hearing from all of you. We love all of the comments. Thank you so much, because these adventures are only possible because you all join us off the couch week after week. Until next week, click on the video to see another one of our experiences. Thanks for watching.